Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the truck of the year. And I actually wasn't planning on making this video because I usually just like to focus on reviews. However, MotorTrend named the Ford F-150 Lightning the truck of the year. A pickup truck that can't go more than like 60 or 70 miles on a charge while doing truck stuff. And so I figured that I need to make a real truck of the year video based on trucks that can actually do truck stuff. So with that being said, before we get into the video, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. And then if you want to see more content just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post videos every single day. Let's get into it. So let's go from small to big. The first category that I want to talk about is the fake trucks, is what I like to call them. So, you know, the unibody pickup truck things, basically SUVs with a truck bed. So Ford Maverick, Hyundai Santa Cruz, and we'll just cut to the chase for this category. The Ford Maverick easily wins because not only is it the most affordable in this small segment of small pickup truck things, but it's just super capable. It has a decent sized bed, especially when compared to the Hyundai Santa Cruz. Like the bed is bigger, and it also has, you know, two different solid powertrain options, a hybrid that's very economical, and then a turbocharged 4-cylinder that is not only powerful but allows the truck to tow like 4,000 pounds, and it has the payload capacity to match, you know, a lot of half-ton pickup trucks. And so overall, the Maverick is just a complete knock out of the park. And you know, when it first came out, MSRP was super affordable. I mean, you could buy a hybrid for like $20,000. Now, obviously, we all know that a lot of Ford dealers marked up the Maverick a massive amount, but still, you know, as it stands, really solid vehicle. Now, the next category is going to be mid-size trucks, and this is actually an extremely competitive category because, well, this is a category where automakers can sell a lot of volume. So we've got the Nissan Frontier in this category, the Ford Ranger, the GMC Canyon, and Chevy Colorado. We've got the Toyota Tacoma. We also have the Jeep Gladiator as well, and I'm pretty sure that I got all of them. I don't think I'm missing any of them, but with this particular category, here are the ones that kind of stand out to me. So the Toyota Tacoma obviously is kind of like the mainstay in this category. It's the one where it is always like the highest in sales because of the reliability and the Toyota name and all that. But it definitely can't get truck of the year because it just has so many things that are not good about it. First off, the engine transmission combo, I am not a fan whatsoever. And this is coming from someone who owns a Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. But with the 4Runner, it at least has the 4-liter V6 and the 5-speed that, you know, can somewhat perform okay in day-to-day driving, whereas the 6-speed and the 3.5 in the Tacoma, just absolute garbage. So pushing that aside, another one that really stands out is going to be the Nissan Frontier. It's got a new 9-speed automatic transmission, new body style that looks really cool, and it's also extremely affordable. Like the Pro 4X package, fully loaded, is like $40-something thousand, so like $10,000 less than a Tacoma TRD Pro. So it definitely stands out quite a bit. And then the other one that stands out to me with the 2022 model year is the Ford Ranger. Now, I understand that this truck has kind of been sold overseas for quite some time, but it's still a really solid offering here in the US, having a turbocharged 2.3-liter 4-cylinder and, you know, the 10-speed automatic transmission. It just performs amazingly well, and it definitely is the fastest mid-size truck, even though it's not the most powerful. With that being said, I do see the Nissan Frontier as the truck of the year for the mid-size truck segment because of the affordability, the capability, and just everything that truck has going for it. The, you know, reliability as well. I mean, it's a naturally aspirated 3.8-liter V6. Like, that thing is going to last for hundreds of thousands of miles. And so in terms of everything that has going for it, like, it is the best. It basically takes everything that the Tacoma has and then makes it better. So I don't see how you could not want to go for the Frontier. And I think that the views on, you know, Frontier reviews that I've posted on my main channel really show that. Now, the next segment is the half-ton segment, and this is probably the most competitive segment in the truck world because not only can automakers make a ton of money off of half-ton trucks, they can also sell them in huge numbers. So you've got the GMC Sierra, Chevy Silverado, siblings, the Toyota Tundra, Nissan Titan, Ford F-150, and then the Ram 1500. And you guys know that I have, you know, named the Ram 1500 as the winner for a lot of years in a row because it was just so amazing compared to the other trucks. Really nice interior, really solid powertrain, and just a really nice truck overall. However, it's not going to win this year, and the biggest reason why the Ram 1500 is not going to win this year is because of pricing. See, in the past, Ram always won because it gave you a lot for a lot less money, whereas now a Ram 1500 is as expensive as a Ford, which is always the most expensive truck in the segment. And so, yeah, it's just not the value that it used to be. So it definitely cannot win Truck of the Year. Now, another one that actually kind of stands out to me, but is not going to be Truck of the Year, is the Nissan Titan. This is like what I would call the last quote unquote reliable truck on the market because it's so simplistic. Big old naturally aspirated V8, and it doesn't have nearly as much of the crazy tech things that some of the other trucks have. And so you know it's going to last a long time. The Nissan Titan is basically what the Toyota Tundra used to be, but it's kind of like a more modern Tundra because it has a 9-speed automatic transmission and a slightly more modern V8. But because of how outdated it is and everything, it definitely can't win Truck of the Year. And now the new Toyota Tundra, that might be one that people could be excited about, but Toyota didn't really move the ball that far forward in terms of the pickup truck market. They basically took, it's not Ford's powertrain, but they took what is essentially Ford's powertrain, threw it into the Tundra, and then they took like Ram's rear suspension. And so it's just kind of like a parts bucket from, a bunch of American trucks. Even though they're not using the same parts, they're using the concept, right? And so, yeah, it doesn't really move the ball forward. The one truck, in my opinion, in the half-ton truck segment that, really stands out, well, there's actually two. One is from Ford and one is from GMC. The one from GMC is actually the Denali Ultimate with the Duramax diesel, and then the one from Ford is any F-150 with the Power Boost powertrain. And here's why. Starting with the Denali Ultimate, this truck is amazing. Like, it looks really good on the outside, really nice luxurious interior, and it has luxury features to match, massaging seats, for example, and it's just a huge step forward for GMC. And then the Duramax powertrain is not only reliable, it's also efficient, and if you pair that with the max trailering package, it can tow like 13,000 pounds almost. So like, it's super, super capable, and so that truck really has a ton going for it. And then with the F-150 Power Boost, super economical powertrain. Like, the regular EcoBoost is actually a pretty economical powertrain if you're not towing. Once you tow, you do lose quite a bit of fuel economy, but that's pretty much every single pickup truck. But I really like the concept of that powertrain because you get more fuel range with it, which means that if you go on trips and everything, then you don't have to fill up as often, which is nice because you don't have to stop as often. And then also that helps out with towing range as well. And so I just think that really solid setup. With that being said, I will give a slight edge to the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate because, the Ford F-150 Power Boost that came out for the 2021 model year, and Ford hasn't really changed all that much with their truck to 2022, except getting rid of some options because of the chip shortage and everything. And so the 2022 Ford F-150 is actually slightly worse than the 2021 because you can't get all the options you could get in 2021. Like, for example, there are Ford F-150 Platinums and Limiteds without massaging seats. So, yeah, it kind of pushes them to the side. But, with the Denali Ultimate, if you can get one, with the Super Cruise and with the Duramax and everything, it's just a really solid package. Now let's jump to heavy duties. And I probably should have mentioned this earlier in the video, but this is for 2022 model year trucks. Like, it doesn't count if it's a 2023 model year. But anyways, that means that we're comparing a 2022 Super Duty to the Ram Heavy Duty and then also to the GM siblings. And I'll cut to the chase with this particular one. Obviously, Ford is doing a bunch with their truck for the 2023 model year, and so the outgoing model, kind of crappy. Like, it's got good power and everything, but the interior it doesn't hold up. And then same thing with the GM twins. GM is going to release a new truck with both of the vehicles for the 2024 model year, but that'll be released in the 2023 sales year. And so again, those trucks definitely lag behind. And so that actually puts Ram as the winner in this category because, it's got the towing capacity that both of those trucks have. It's got solid payload capacity with the heavy duties, except for the 2500 is kind of crappy. So I guess this would be kind of the 3500 taking the win. And then it has Ram's new interior, which completely blows the interior of the Ford and the GM vehicles out of the water for the 2022 model year. Now, this will surely change for the 2023 model year because, again, the Super Duty and the GM twins are getting completely new interiors, and so that'll definitely elevate them compared to the Ram. But for this year, the Ram actually wins in this category. Then the last segment is the electric pickup truck. So we got the Rivian R1T, the Hummer EV, and then the Ford F-150 Lightning. Starting with the Ford F-150 Lightning, what this truck was trying to accomplish is to be an everyman's electric pickup truck that basically could do regular pickup truck stuff, but it's powered by electrons instead of an internal combustion engine, and it completely failed at that. Like, it's a very comfortable truck to drive. It's like a really good electric vehicle, frankly, but it's a really bad pickup truck. You can't tow with it, you can't haul with it, like you can't actually do pickup truck stuff because the amount of range you lose is massive. And I've seen videos of people driving the Lightnings now in the wintertime, because it's wintertime now, you get no range in the cold just like other EVs. And so the practicality is just not there. So complete failure when it comes to the objective of the F-150 Lightning. But you know, this is a great first step for Ford, and they will surely improve the pickup truck as time goes on. And I'm sure that, you know, in a few years from now, we'll get an F-150 Lightning that can actually tow. And I'm not talking about just pull the trailer, but pull it the distance, right? Go the distance. Now, the nenext one is the Rivian R1T, and this is supposed to be kind of like slightly a status symbol, but then also, you know, an adventure vehicle, and it also failed at this because, well, first off, we don't have chargers off-road, so it's like good luck getting a charge while you're out in the middle of nowhere. And what we have discovered is that when you take electric vehicles off-road, you get no range. And so the whole adventure side of things with the Rivian R1T, it doesn't really work. Like if you're just going to go like on a quick little, you know, day trip off-road, then fine, it'll work. But if you actually want to do like overlanding or anything with it, it's not going to happen. You just don't have enough range. And again, that's a big thing with these electric vehicles. And it's not like you can just carry around, you know, an extra battery pack to switch it in once you run out of range. So I see that as kind of a failure there as well. And the last one is the Hummer EV. Now, this is obviously an insanely rugged off-roader, but the reason why GM made the Hummer EV is to make an insane status symbol, because that's what the Hummer has always been. You know, just a ridiculous vehicle. Like, it has the biggest battery pack of any electric vehicle. It's insanely fast and it's insanely capable off-road. And GM knows that nobody's actually gonna take it off-road. They're just gonna, you know, drive it down and flex to everyone that they have a Hummer EV. And so, despite the fact that this is the least practical out of the electric pickup trucks, I'm going to name this as the electric pickup truck of the year because it accomplishes what GM wanted it to accomplish, which is to wow everyone with an insane electric pickup truck that has insane features, and it's the status symbol that it's supposed to be. GM wasn't trying to kid anyone. They weren't trying to say, oh, this is going to be an insane towing monstrosity and you're going to be able to go on all these overlanding adventures. What GM said is, yeah, you can take this off-road and it'll be super capable off-road and this and that, but it's just supposed to be this big, crazy, it's a Hummer, right? It's supposed to be a Hummer, and it is a Hummer, and so they accomplished what they were trying to accomplish with it. So to quickly reiterate, in the fake truck segment, the Ford Maverick wins. In the mid-size truck segment, the Nissan Frontier wins. With the half-ton truck segment, the GMC Sierra 1500 Denali Ultimate with the Duramax wins. With the heavy duties, the Ram wins. And then with the electric pickup trucks, the GMC Hummer EV wins. Let me know which truck you guys would pick out of the bunch in terms of the winners for each of the categories. And, you know, again, the only reason why I made this video is because MotorTrend decided to just be stupid, and they're probably, like, I have no evidence for this, but they're probably paid off, right? It's probably that Ford, you know, wants to push the F-150 Lightning and their electrification and everything, and so again, I don't have any evidence for that, but that's probably what's happening, and that's why a truck that can't actually do pickup truck things somehow won MotorTrend Truck of the Year. But I guess that's another reason why, you know, it's good that we have independent journalists like me and, you know, a lot of the other YouTubers that will actually tell you guys the truth and not tell you what the automakers want us to tell you, or whatever automaker is willing to pay the most amount of money. I mean, it's just stupid. It's like legacy media where they're all paid off, and whoever's the highest bidder is the one that gets the best possible press. So yeah, I'll see you guys.